I'm Chad Chiniquy. This is the Hard Money Minute. I'm Hard Money Chad, and this is sponsored by IMC Money. That's the place to go for all of your acquisition and development financing, especially for distressed properties. IMCmoney.com. They sponsor the Hard Money Minute, so be sure to check them out. Today I want to talk about the importance of following instructions, specifically when your hard money lender gives you a set of conditions or a set of items that they need in order to close your transaction. So let's assume that you found a hard money lender, IMC Money, hopefully, or somebody else, and they've given you preliminary approval for your loan. And they say, okay, we want to move forward. We need a few pieces of documentation. We need some information from you. And they give you a list of what you need. I cannot tell you how important it is to stick to that list, follow it clearly, and give them every single thing they asked for. Specifically. Don't give them anything else. Give them what they asked for. Let me give you a couple of examples. It's very, very common for a hard money lender to ask for your entity documents. As you know, most hard money lenders won't loan money to an individual. They will only loan money to like an LLC or a C Corp or a business entity of some kind. They don't, generally speaking, like to loan money to humans, to people. They like to loan them to entities. So they'll ask you for your entity documentation. At IMC Money, we normally ask for the articles of organization or the articles of incorporation, bylaws, minutes, operating agreement, stock certificate. Just kind of, we want to get a picture of who owns the company. So I'll send out an email, or my processor will, and says, hey, we need the articles of organization, we need the bylaws, we need the operating agreement. And I can tell you at least 5 times out of 10, instead of sending that back in, they send me like a screenshot of their employee identification number that the IRS gave them. Or some sort of letter from, LegalZoom saying, congratulations, your entity is now open, or something like that. I'm like, look, I asked for the articles of organization, I asked for the bylaws, I asked for the minutes of the meetings, I asked whatever, stock certificates, whatever, and you send me something totally different. That's not going to work. So then I'm going to have to tell you, hey, this won't work, get me the other stuff. Another example, happens all the time. For our fix and flip loans, a lot of times we need a tax return. Not to verify income, but to make sure you're not like running from the IRS or hiding from the law. If you file a tax return, you're probably an upstanding citizen for the most part. Well, I don't know, maybe. Anyway, if I ask for your tax return, don't send me a W-2. That does me no good. I don't care. I don't care about your income. I asked for your tax return. Don't send in a W-2. Or worse yet, don't send a pay stub. I need the tax return. I can't tell you how often we will, in very, very black and white, simple, plain to understand English, like, hey, we need this. And then the borrower sends us back something else. The worst one, the number one offender, the one that basically everybody, yes, you and your friends and everybody you met, you do it wrong every time when I ask for your bank statements. I can't tell you how many times I get on a phone with a borrower and I'm like, okay, do you remember the email that said I need your full bank statements or your full 401k statement or your IRA statement or whatever? 9 times out of 10, they send me like, 1 page of the statement, or they'll take a picture of an envelope that has their statement in it and say, I got my statement today. Click, here's a photo of it. Okay, so let's just run through this real quick here. You have a loan that's approved. You want to flip a house. A hard money lender says, okay, it's good. Give me your bank statements to prove that you have the down payment and the reserve money in order to qualify to buy this house. So I asked you for your bank statements. I need 60 days worth of bank statements. I want to see the full statement, all the pages, and I've made that very clear to you. I need all pages of the bank statement. Don't black anything out. Let me see the whole thing. I need a 60-day paper trail on your money. Let me see that. And then you send me a screenshot of how much money's in the bank. And you think, well, I've got the money in the bank. What does it matter? It matters a couple of things. First and foremost, a hard money lender wants to make sure that you're reading the emails thoroughly, that you understand details matter. Instructions matter. You're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars. The details matter. So that's one thing. But more importantly, we've asked you for some documentation in order to check a box on our file so that our underwriting file makes sense, so the loan can get funded and move forward. When you send me back just like a screenshot or something, then what has to happen is my processor is going to email you back and say, I got the screenshot, thank you, but I need the full statements. I need the full statements for this account, and this account for the last 60 days. Then what happens is you go and you get those statements, and maybe you'll send page 1 of one statement and page 3 of another statement, and you'll send that back in. Then my processor gets those documents back and says, okay, great. Thank you for sending these documents. However, I still need the full bank statement with the full pages. Then what happens is you finally send the full statement with the full pages, but then you black out your name on it, or you black out your account number or something like that. Listen, how much time have we wasted? Let's go through it here. I asked you for the bank statements on day 1. You didn't send them back. Day 2, you sent me back a screenshot. We immediately tell you, hey, that doesn't work. We need the full statements. But you don't get us the full statements till the next day, and then they're not the full statement. It's one page, so now another day goes by. And then we got to reply to you then and say, okay, you didn't do it right. Give us the bank statements. Then the next day you finally give us the bank statements, but then they're blacked out, or it's missing one page or something. Then we have to go back to you again, and then finally on the 5th day you send us what we asked for on the 1st day. 5 days. 5 days is what that just took. You email, we email you right back. You're busy, you've got a life, you're doing other things, so you don't think about it. Oh, I'll get that bank statement, yeah, I know I gotta do that. That happens all the time, all the time, all the time. And you guys are screwing up because those 5 days are critical in the hard money space. Yeah, if I'm getting a little animated, if I'm getting a little upset, it's because this happens over and over and over. And whether you are blowing a deal with me or blowing it with someone else, you're blowing a deal. So do what the hard money lender has asked for. There's a reason they don't just make up conditions. Like if I say to you, I need your entity documents and I need the articles of organization and I need to see the stock allocation and who owns the stock. I need that. It's not, I didn't just make that up like, oh, maybe you know what today I want to do? Today what I want to do is I want to ask people for tons of stuff that they don't want to give me. I want to ask for all kinds of documents. I want to waste your time. That's what I really want to do. I want to waste my time asking for stuff I don't need. Think about that for a second. If a hard money lender sends you a list of conditions, and those conditions are hard and fast, and based off those conditions, they will close this loan, then you look at that list and you be meticulous and you check that list off one by one and you give them what they asked for completely. Read the instructions 5 times. Read the email they sent you 10 times. But follow their instructions specifically and exactly. I'm telling you, if you'll do that, first thing that'll happen is they'll like you and treat you a lot better and they'll just love working with you. Second thing that happens is it'll go so much faster. What happens is in that little 5-day thing, that little example I just ran through where I asked for something, you send something back, I then have to tell you, my processor says, hey, that's not enough, give me something back. That back and forth email chain, right now, that can take 3, 4, 5 days, right? Hasn't that happened to you? Happens to me all the time. And then I'm the bad guy because I haven't closed your loan on time. If you will do what the hard money lender says up front, right away, out of the gate, and give them everything they ask for, you're going to be, I don't want to say 10 times as successful, but you'll enjoy a level of success that you will not enjoy if you try to do it your way. You, my friend, I love you, whoever you are, you're great, but you are not a hard money lender. You don't know how this side of the business works. You don't know how we do things over here. When we ask for something, it's not for our health. It's not for our enjoyment. It's so that we can set them up and knock them down. That's what we do. On my side of the table, what I do is I set them up and I knock them down. I don't make any money unless your deal closes. Okay? I make nothing. So when I start working on a deal for you, I spend all the time, energy, and effort, me, my processing staff, everything we do. Unless it closes, nothing happens. I get nothing. So we want to set them up, knock them down. That's how we do it. How we do it is we tell you what we need. You fill out the information and then we give you back an answer and says, hey, we need this, 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 and this. You get us all that stuff and you're going to be successful. I hope that one didn't come off too hard, but I'm telling you, it's a big deal and I'm not the only one in the industry that suffers from it. So please do yourself and do your hard money lender a favor and make sure that you do what they ask for. Get them the conditions that they ask for in the time frame that they ask them for. All right. That's it for today. Tons more videos, lots of good stuff going on. Market's still good. I'm Hard Money Chad. This is the Hard Money Minute. I know it goes a little longer than minute, but it's okay. Sometimes I do long ones and short ones, so it ends up all working out. But listen, do me a favor. Keep watching these videos, because if you keep watching them, then I'll keep making them, and we'll all become better investors. All right, that's it. I'm going to get back to work. Have a good night.